advantage. Dobry, they haven't been looking too strong. If you're not aware, Dobry are former CSGO Lounge, so it's Innocent, Maniz, and those guys.
Yeah.
Run me through it, Cadian.
Well, obviously it's Maniz, Sparrow, Mouse, Innocent, and Micho.
Yes, Mihu, fantastic player, by the way. He got into the final of the 1v1.
What's your name?
That's a different breed, Pala.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Give it credit where credit's due, though. He's got a lot of potential. He's someone that has jumped in for VP when they need to stand in.
He's talented for sure. And also they have Lord as a coach who has a lot of experience from 1.6 and also a little from CSGO. And I don't know, every time that I look at the online results and I watch them play, they actually play well and they do some really good results, but I get disappointed at every event they go to.
Yeah. Which is why we disregard online results, boys.
Yeah, no, I sit with the same feeling as well. CSGO Online, or CSGO Online.
Whoa!
already getting my ahead of myself here, but yeah, no, it really feels like they're the team that qualifies for every tournament through an online qualifier and then bomb out in the group stages. Yeah. And that's kind of the reality of where that team is right now. Yeah. I think, like, player-wise, they have absolutely a good solid 5 players, but I'm not really sure why they're varying so much in performances, whether it's like down to nerves, which shouldn't be at this point.
One of the biggest...
Casper, just before we go into your point, we have an interview lined up with Innocent from Dobry, from Ex-CSGO Lounge, so let's get into that.
We are after the failed minor championships, so we are a little bit sad and a little bit confused maybe. But we are coming here to fight. We beat actually Navi on the previous SLTV that we attended. That we know that it's not really impossible thing to do. But yeah, we were just hoping for the good game. Actually, Navi was always the opponent to fear, especially on LANs. So I don't think any break would, allow us to have an upper hand in the game. But yeah, I think it's gonna be tough, and actually nobody expect us to beat them, but we'll do whatever we can to play our best game. Yeah, so we are playing right now for about 2 weeks without any sponsorship, and we actually have a lot of offers, and we are just, we don't want to rush into one decision, especially when there is many organizations that are interested in us. But I think we'll announce our new club maybe in the end of this month.
Powell, Innocent there, telling us that they've got offers on the table and that they have beaten Navi before, and so potentially there is a chance that they could do it again now. I'm not sure how much of a chance, but I guess technically it's possible. You were talking, Cadian, before that interview happened. Please continue.
Just to make a point, like, obviously they have 5 really talented players. They've been throwing Maniz out, they've been getting Maniz back, they've been throwing Maniz out, they've been getting Maniz back. And Maniz plays best, if we talk about him as a person, he plays best when he's able to do these kind of YOLO stupid moves which should only happen in FPL. And they've been clear out saying, I've been talking with them, that they don't want that. They want static play, they want clever play. Obviously you can kind of understand that, but also I feel like this kind of X factor of having a guy doing stupid things such as JW can really bring something good to a team. And in terms of like, Helver, you like, is it the nerves? What is it? What could potentially be the reason for CSGO Lounge to be worse on LAN compared to online? One of the things is, one of the best players online is Mouse, and I think he has a drop of 0.19 rating from LAN to online, in the negative, obviously. So that's a big thing and a big drop off. Not saying that he's cheating or anything, because obviously he's not, but LAN is just a different game sometimes, and you don't always hit the same shots that you do at home.
Also, you have to take into account, it's not always just because one party is worse on LAN, it's that the others are better on LAN.
Yeah.
They are more aware, they are more focused. You can't do a lot of YOLO crap, and you can't really, you have to be systematic about what you do. For the most part, obviously, you need, some of the JW kind of factor there and there, here and there, in the right time. It works out, but for the most part, I see a lot of teams that play more looser play style having a lot of struggles to adjusting to LAN because of just their opponents are playing way better in that environment.
Very fair points. Vendetta, maybe you can chime in on Navi after this interview with Dennis, also known as Seized.
Дела отлично, настрой боевой, давно не играли на лан-турнирах, в предвкушении. Ну, вначале мы будем, конечно же, навязывать свою игру, а дальше действовать по ситуации. Наши аналитики, тренеры готовятся, это как бы их задача. Нам говорят, что делать, мы делаем. Приходите и болейте за нас на стадионе, завтра нам нужна будет ваша поддержка.
So,
Quick and easy.
Navi not only
Keep it
have a coach, Starix, one of their ex-players, absolutely fantastic and great guy. They also have an analyst as well. Vendetta, what's the importance these days of characters like this supporting and helping teams?
Well, first off, it makes the job of an in-game leader, well, I guess in this case it's Starix, just makes his job much more manageable and easier, because obviously there's only so many hours in a day, right? And you need to get through a ton of CS to actually be on top of everything that every team that could potentially be a threat for you going into tournament can do. So having just more manpower to go through all of that and actually have two people with potentially different mindsets on how to play the game and how, potentially see solutions to a problem can be extremely helpful. So, instead of having 5 heads that have to worry about absolutely everything, you delegate better. And first off, it takes, a lot of pressure off the players, which allows them, well, should allow them to perform better. But, and, for Starix, who's doing the in-game leading as well, from the coach's perspective, that also gives him a lot more freedom, and he does have that second voice in his head to give him ideas if he ever gets stuck as well. So, all in all, it's something that probably more and more teams should look into getting, because it's a massive help.
It's the same as in any other sport, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you have coaching teams in hockey and in basketball and football, everything, and they all have different roles. One could be the guy that's going through all the tapes, is getting gathering all the material, crunching all the numbers for the head coach to use. Then, so basically, yeah, since the competition is getting tougher and we have so much competition going on, then obviously you need an extra pair of hands. It's not going to be easy just being one guy doing everything, the hands-on job and doing all the crunching the numbers and everything. So, yeah, I definitely see that as the future.
The skill, excuse me, the skill level of Navi has, of course, always been very high, but they weren't always performing at the very best consistent level that they have done for maybe the past year or so. And so the introduction of Starix, I feel, is something that's been very important as their coach to their success. Would you agree? Is that fair to say?
Yes. It's a combo-wumbo of getting Flamey, which means
more
more
and
firepower.
Flamey, of course, indeed.
More firepower, and then also having Starix as the in-game leader and coach, which, from what I know, wasn't something that happened at the very first second that he was a coach, that he also had to be the full-time in-game leader. But it just happened during the way that they figured out it would actually be easier, it would relieve Zeus a bit, and also they've been talking about that they can be very tense in this team with discussions and so on, and therefore I think it's really good that it's someone from the outside controlling stuff.
This map pick is pretty interesting. We've got bans of Cash and Cobble on the Navi side of things, and then bans of Dust2 and Inferno by CSGO Lounge. I'm surprised. Well, no, I'm not surprised. Sorry, Natu, just to continue for a second.
Yeah.
The fact that CSGO Lounge have picked Mirage is quite interesting, no?
This is like, well, Cash obviously for Navi, right? And then banning Inferno against Navi is a smart move to go to. And Dust2 as well, probably makes sense too. Gobble is more like trying to take away a strength from Ex-CSGL. Overpass, I think that's a pretty much no-brainer for Navi. They are so strong on the map. Mirage, once again, I mean, when you think of the map pool, would you like to tell me what map they should have picked then?
I wouldn't be able to tell you which map they should have picked, but I would hazard a guess that Mirage is slightly rough,
I don't think there's a
choice.
world Pala that has a favorable map pool for CSGL at this point. So
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's definitely the impression that I get, and I don't think it helps either that the Decider is on train. I'm not exactly sure of the stats of Dobry on train, but I feel like Navi are probably going to just outstrat them.
I don't think it's going to go there, though.
No, I don't think it will go there. But if it were to go down to the Decider map, I don't think it's particularly helpful for the cause of Dobry Ex-CSGL. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think pretty much the best case, or the best chance they had at actually getting a more even playing field would have been if Cobble went through. But obviously that's, like Natu said, Navi just taking away one of the biggest strengths that CSGO Lounge has, or Dobry&Gaming has. So Cash was always going to be a ban, so that's something that the Polish side is never going to be able to take advantage of versus Navi, at least at this point, until Nuke comes into the mix. But no, the map pool was always going to be like this in this matchup.
And that's the both uglier and the beauty side of having the double veto,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like
Yeah,
Navi
yeah.
can remove their worst map, which is cash,
Yeah.
and they also eliminate
Yeah.
their opponent's best map. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
voila.
Is this one of those situations where it could have benefited Dobry Ex-CSGL? Very much so if there was a nuke ace up the sleeve.
No. But
Okay.
if there was only one ban each and then pick a map, then they could have had that cobblestone in the pool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
So
would
if
be
the- yeah.
helpful. If it would have been like a, well, best of one wouldn't have helped that either, actually. Unless it would have been a randomized third map, randomized map. That's
Essen-
what they had to go for.
Essentially what we're establishing is that for Dobry to have gotten any chance,
They
at
have
least in
none,
a
really.
well, this is what I mean.
There is no world that there's a chance.
Yeah, but
I don't think there's a point.
to increase their very low likelihood
Yeah.
of getting anywhere in this match, they probably needed a cobble in there.
Yeah, basically, if they wanted to get double digits, almost, it would have needed a cobblestone. But you have to be honest; it's just the way it is right now. That Navi is amongst the top 3, top 2 in the world.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because they are as good as they are. The only question mark is the little break they've had, and Guardian having to heal his arm, and how comfortable is he? But they are a way more established team than Dobry&Gaming is.
We're going to have the pleasure of seeing Guardian get into the game shortly. He is an absolutely superstar player. If he makes any crazy plays, don't forget to use live cap. Put them on Reddit. We want to see them at the top. Do you want to talk about Guardian a bit?
Nah,
Casper?
live cap is fine. Live cap, boys. No. My point was that back in the days, Navi is also notoriously known for being slow starters at some tournaments. Not so much recently, and also I kind of feel like this break of events. We talk about that it could hurt them, but I also feel like it could maybe benefit them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be just excited.
Yeah.
This is their home crowd. Everything's like going for them. Looking at the list of teams, it's like catered for a Ukrainian party here.
Yeah, and I don't think like, you know,
Imagine. Sorry, no. I was just
Yeah.
going to quickly say. Imagine if, in some way, shape, or form, we ended up. You know what I'm going to say? If we ended up seeing WP versus Navi, like that would just be.
Oh.
It would be an implosion of Eastern European, Ukrainian sort of amazingness. Like that'd be crazy. But anyway, sorry, Vendetta. That was just me just thinking of.
yeah, no,
situations.
absolutely. I know, and that would be absolutely very fun to watch. And
If you believe that, by the way, you can go to EGB and put your money, and you will be rich if it happens.
Indeed.
Wow.
Yeah.
definitely make some
Throwing
money
it
off
out
of
there.
that.
And if you need skins to bet on EGB, go to CS:GO Fast.
Yeah. I
Nailed
think
it.
We covered
All
all
of
Okay,
it.
boys.
All right, yeah, but in any case, I don't think the break is going to be that much of an issue for Navi. Unlike the break that VP had, that was an extensive break. We're talking like 2 months or so, and this has been what 2-3 weeks at best.
Yeah, a
so
few weeks.
yeah, so not the end of the world. It's not like they stopped playing CS entirely during that period. Maybe Guardian didn't play as much, but I'm pretty sure he has been playing FPL and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so I don't think they're going to be faced too much. And in any case, this is probably one of the easier matchups they could have gotten as a kind of an entry back into tournament mode again. So I think we're just going to see a Navi that ramps up pretty quickly into this tournament and just skyrockets. It's a favorite.
Presumably at this tournament, Navi are the surefire favourites for everybody. They are the team here at the moment that is technically well. If we're looking at it from a sort of non-biased standpoint, a objective standpoint, they're probably the most skilled team at this tournament.
They're the most complete. They're the best team.
Considering how off Virtus Pro are right now, and then
I think
you could even argue like even
in a world where VP plays very well, I would still see Navi as a pretty clear favorite because they've only been toppled by 1 or 2 teams for the better part of 6+ months.
in a best of 3, not the less.
Yeah, so I think the way we kind of described the veto process here with Navi, I think that's going to be the case for a lot of their matchups because, well, that's what happens when you get to the very, very top of CS teams. They're just going to have a much wider map pool. And I think even if you remove the bans, like if the bans from Dobry&Gaming were open, I don't think that's, or if Navi hadn't banned Cobble, I still don't think that's going to be too much of an issue for them. I think they could have beaten Dobry on every single map in the map pool, barring Cash.
Navi seem to be one of the teams that are most consistent on LAN in the current times. Like, if we look at their recent LAN history, I can't remember the last time that they had like a very poor performance on LAN. Their most recent performances on LAN being second at Malmo, second at MLG Columbus, and of course they got first at Counterpit. When was the last time that they really bombed out and just massively underperformed?
It's been a long time, right?
It's been a very, very long
Yeah,
time.
I mean,
Not in 2016.
I don't think
yeah,
in
not
2016 at all.
yeah, so
I'm too old to remember, so.
Memory starting to slip.
Yep.
No, but yeah, so far this year, Navi has been the most consistent team in the world, pretty much,
Yeah.
together with Luminosity.
Yeah, bar maybe Luminosity, who
yeah,
are
together with
technically...
Luminosity, yeah.
Who
This is
though
the
had
thing-
the Tylulas, right? And who did they lose to in the first match?
Oh yeah, they lost to Tai Lu
Yeah,
at
Malmö.
Malmo,
Yeah.
which is kind of like a slight mark on their credentials, so to speak.
But other than
Yeah,
that,
yeah, just a tiny little anomalous result.
Slip in the road.
Yeah, nonetheless, there seems to be, at the moment, there seems to be a power struggle for who is the best team in the world, because Luminosity they're winning the tournaments, but in terms of skill level, when there's that bracket there, you've got Fnatic, you've got when they've got Olaf at least. With I'm not really sure with Wenton where they stand, but let's say Fnatic with Olaf, let's say Luminosity, Navi, those guys are interchangeable on a day. They could all be the best team in the world, depending on who's performing.
Well,
maybe is that fair to say, or is that not?
I mean, flip a coin.
Yeah.
But this is good for Navi, obviously, to get this kind of after a break coming into this tournament where they are the heavy favorites. And I think they're going to have, for the most part, a field day playing these matches. It's going to be good for them to get back into the rhythm and get back towards the bigger challenges that loom ahead, right? It's not that far off that we are from the next major, for example. So I mean, this is definitely a great building ground for them to just get their game going.
And it is hard to set the rankings in that way, and you see people discussing everywhere. Because
100%.
Yeah, because Navi without Guardian in best shape and Fnatic without Olaf, well, all you got to do is wait and see, because I mean, all this if Guardian had been playing 10 more hours a day and all this, like, it's bullshit. Like, you can't use it for anything. So far, LG is leading the rankings because they're winning the most tournaments at the moment. Navi potentially could take them out in a best of 3, best of 5. I'm not even doubting that, because they have the same skill ceiling. They have the same peak. But we just got to wait for the matchup again.
Which player on Dobry can we potentially highlight to our audience watching to look out for? Who is the person that needs to rise to the occasion?
I think, well, that you can go several ways with this. Michu obviously being one of their standout players, but like Kaden pointed out, the fact that Mouse hasn't really been performing the way he should be in offline tournaments, that could definitely be a big boost for them. So maybe you don't necessarily need to have a standout game from Michu or Innocent or someone like that if Mouse just plays up to the level he's been doing online. That could be enough for you. So, depends on what perspective you want to look at it from. But for me, I would like to see Innocent because, in 2015, he was kind of the standout player in that team. He was doing, having great performances, map after map after map. Haven't seen quite the same from him as of late. And we've obviously seen that he's been able to have that kind of a level. So it would be nice to see kind of a return to form for him.
We've got Navi on screen right now. We saw Edward first, Zeus. The big man there, he likes to vlog it up once in a while and catch people doing things that maybe he shouldn't. And then we've got Guardian in the middle, the amazing Orpa and just absolute talent in CS. Who will we have next? Sitting on his right, we've got C's. Dennis, he's enjoying himself. Looking relaxed, as I'm sure they probably all are.
Yeah, they should feel comfortable.
Yeah, and we talked about them being heavy favorites, so normally that would have some sort of a pressure, but I think for them, this is just them having a fun time playing tournaments again.
And it's also it's cool to see Flamey and Cease really rising to the occasion, where it's not only Guardian show anymore, it's also a Flamey and Cease show, because obviously, like we alluded to previously, if you have a Nico, you have an Oscar, those kind of guys, you're not going to be winning tournaments, let alone best of 3s against the top teams, unless you have all firing with all cylinders, and that's been the key point. Also, Edward chiming in here and there, having his big moments. So it's all not only the tactical approach by this man here that's definitely been improving for the better part of the last year, but it's also these individuals that have been excelling throughout them, having the better structure, and they seem to be feeling more comfortable. There's less arguing. Well, a little bit here and there. You can still see Flamey, especially being very emotional.
Yeah, he was
but
even
for the most part, it's definitely been improving.
Flamey was even tilting at
Oh,
the
let's
1v.
not even go there.
Yeah, he was. He was.
I know.
He was at the 1v1 tournament that happened recently. Flamey was,
It was
very
bad manners.
emotional. He was not happy.
It was BM.
Yeah, he was not happy
I
with.
was not happy either.
Yes, I know. But he was not happy with his performance, and that is one of the criticisms he's given to himself. And maybe if he can fix that, he will be even more of a threat than he already is, because he is already very, very good and has so much to give in a game. He seems to be able to create frags out of moments that you just think a player would not be able to do.
I don't think it's harming neither him or the team that much. I think it's just a part of it. I mean, I wonder sometimes more with a team like Virtus Pro, because I see Really yelling Kurda and smashing his keyboard and stuff. And at that point, I'm like, even though the round is still live, I'm like, dude, if anyone in my team did that or stuff like that, people would be mad.
Yeah.
But apparently that's just okay.
Yeah, but it's certain dynamics.
Is that why you're not on a team now?
Yeah,
Fabian?
it is.
But it's obviously like some people are just used to certain types of situations, or I guess that kind of fire to people when they're playing, and they're not bothered by it. And as long as Flamey isn't just holding in his push to talk button and screaming cuss words whenever he gets emotional, then it's probably not going to face the four others that much. And if that's his way of venting and leaving it behind as soon as the next round starts, then go ahead.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the match to start. Maybe we can talk a bit about the match that we won't be talking about, and well, we won't be watching ourselves on this stream, which is Flipside versus Godsent. Do you guys want to talk a bit about that? For me, I would say Godsent should do this, but based on their performance at Tour and their inability. So actually, we've now got Dobry on screen, so we'll just quickly go through them. We saw Sparrow, and then now this is Innocent. He's looking focused, chewing his gum. Always good to see someone ready to play. And then the third player in the middle, it is Maniz. He's been around for quite some time now, and he seems to be quite consistent, but will he rise to the occasion against formidable opponents like Navi? Then we've got the young gun with a lot of firepower, Mihu.
And with the lowest sensitivity in the world.
The lowest, he has
0.4.
extremely low sensitivity, and it does help him get headshots, as we've seen at the 1v1 tournament where he came second to Shox. And then finally, we've got Mouse. Anyway, we've talked a lot about this match. That's why I wanted to open the floor a bit and maybe just before the match starts, talk a bit about our thoughts on Flipside versus Godsent. For me, I would see Godsent taking it. It could be 2-1. Depending on the map pool, it could be 2-0. But Flipside do have that potential. However, Bondix recently left them, and there is that level of inconsistency to Flipside as well.
I think Godsent coming in from tours with this disappointment and Flipside having the break, I feel like Blade must have been watching a lot of their games as well and preparing for this matchup. And I don't think that Godsent necessarily has had the time to change a lot of their things. Obviously, Pronax is a talented guy and will be able to do stuff on the fly, so they're not as easily readable as maybe SK, as we talked about. But I actually have a feeling that Flipside might go ahead and take this one.
I mean, it's tough one. These teams met one another in, I can't remember what it was online, but it was two close maps.
DreamHack Malmö qualifier.
Flipside,
wasn't the
I can't
qualifier
remember.
for this?
It was just
the first one.
Just like a week ago or something. Anyway.
Yeah, Flipside have recently lost online to Godsent and Dobry, but they did beat SK in the qualifiers for this.
So anyway. Interesting for Flipside, obviously, is the fact that they have Waylander playing for them. This is the first time we're going to be seeing that team on LAN with this lineup. And it's going to be basically Blade, who really believes in the strict system, and he builds it very, very strictly. Seems like it's almost like a military commander kind of a thing going on. Pronax also has a system, but he lets individuals flourish more. He lets them. He uses their individual abilities very well, obviously. And what happened at the minor felt to me like the way they were playing right there was like they tried to be overly simple. What I mean is like they will throw smokes to a bomb site and just walk to the other and just try to pop flash into the bomb site. It's something that used to work really well. It's something that actually Virtus Pro used to do very much so. When they had these stints of having issues, they would always fall back on this super simplistic Counter-Strike. It really reminded me of that. And it seemed like their opponents they were playing against were just too ready for this kind of stuff right now. So I'm not really worried in that sense. I thought it felt to me like it was like a different gear of Godsend that we saw at the minor. Yeah, no, at the minor.
The minor,
compared to the Malmo, the way they were playing really was totally different worlds. So I think it's going to be close. It's going to be really hard to call because we haven't seen Flipside with this lineup on LAN. Yeah. But I still do believe that Godsend should probably have it, but it's going to be very close. It's going to be like a coin flip to me.
And talking about Nico, Oscar, and so on, maybe when you can talk a bit about that. But I feel like Twist is potentially up there, at least for some of the part. Obviously, the others have more showings and more games in general to prove that they are at that level. But Twist has really, especially at Malmö, been a hard carry for this team.
Oh, yeah.
He's really talented.
Vendetta, we'll get a final word from you and then head over to the casters.
Yeah, I just wanted to continue on what you were mentioning about Godsend. You know, maybe not being able to switch up that many things from the tour minor and coming over here, but you know, we also have to take into consideration the fact that is a new Flipside lineup, and Blade has been very rigid about how he wants to play CS. And we saw that all out through Pro League. They pretty much did the same thing over and over again. The thing that made them successful is the fact that they're really good at executing it. But you know, if they are predictable, then that is definitely something that Pronex could take advantage of. And I'm assuming RDL, you know, Godsend's coach, would have looked into that before the tournament.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys, for your thoughts and opinions. We are going to start off the final best of 3 of the evening on our side of things, and it is Navi versus Dobry&Henry. And Sado, please do take it away.
Gladly, with pleasure. We will take it away. Well, Matt, before we get into this one, there has been a ruckus in the CSGO scene. The podcast is going to take over for now. KRB is joining Astralis, and KGB is joining Dignitas. What can you say about that one?
This is one of the things that was feared when the Astralis lineup was created because the players have stakes in the team. So now you have to wonder what's going on in the back end and the complications that will exist due to that. Does Kierby get a stake? Does Cajun's stake stay smaller? Does he get bought out entirely? How does that work?
I think he probably gets bought out.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that the deal was actually larger in favor of Dignitas, got a larger chunk of change there for KRB for sure. So they probably did pretty well out of that deal. I felt like occasionally got paid off as well. Probably got his
That's the thing. Astralis would basically have to buy Kierby and presumably pay out KGB as well.
He could have kept his stake though. He could have just said, I'll just keep my stake within the business and wait for it to get bigger if they win a major or something like that. That obviously becomes a lot more valuable, and then he could sell after that. But
that's insanity. It's a shame because KGB for a while was an extremely promising player on that roster. In the middle of last year, he was extremely good in the AWP CT side, but he has always been a little bit shaky. And as of late, I'll be the first to say it. Some of the issues around the team have been stemmed on him losing individual duels or missing, impact shots when he needs to hit them. It's just an unfortunate situation for such a stable roster in the CS:GO community.
I feel like a revitalized Astralis.
Exactly, and it's a very promising young man that they pick up in Kierby.
Incredibly talented. I feel like it's going to be an absolutely phenomenal pickup for them. I feel like he's one of the hottest properties in Danish CS:GO right now. I feel like that title did belong to AZ at one point, but he seems like he's quieting down since he left Dignitas. It seems like that's almost the farming team for the Danish team right now. Yeah. They make this amazing talent, and then they sadly have to depart with it. But still, Dignitas as an organisation probably have done very well at those deals, I'd imagine. So
I can't help but agree. I mean, it is a big
point,
shake. Now the other aspect. Sorry, I'll let you finish. I guess.
Just to what was I going to say for the. No, actually, I can't even remember. Keep going.
I'm sorry.
I had a really good point to say.
I was going to make the point about the major because now this is similar to Kusta. Now I know that Liquid was in the qualifier as well, but it's different because Astralis have already pre-qualified by being top 8. It means that Kierby, having just finished DreamHack Tour, has officially started his major campaign because that's the way Valve looks at it, that the minors is all part of the same route, it's all part of the same system. So because he qualified with Dignitas, he cannot play with Astralis. He's qualified for the qualifier, just like Enemy qualified for the qualifier with Kusta. He cannot play for Astralis in the major. I think that rule has to change. I think that rule is bogus, and I think it was for Liquid as well. It's one player. It's not a core. The core rule already exists. I know they want stability in teams, but teams aren't going to leave if you have a core rule in place.
But I guess, like you said, he's already gone quite deep in the major system with that qualifier. So it's the rule is there. They are aware of it. I'm sure Astralis did consider that, but it's for the greater good, right?
Well, they apparently said in their announcement as well that they will be playing with a stand-in.
Exactly.
Which you would think that they'd finish out with KGB.
They're well aware of it. It's not like they're surprised by that. It's in their announcement, right? So obviously...
And the question is as well, who's the stand-in?
Maybe Cadian. Bring him back to the majors.
I'd put a Cadian sticker on my gun, and then I'd engrave RIP right before it.
Well,
But you're right, they
Cadian.
probably have considered it.
Yeah, no, of course they have. That's why they put the announcement in. It was a move for the greater good of the organization. But anyway, let's get into this game, shall we?
What have you just done? You just hit the desk, and we lost all of our monitors, and I can't even cast the game, Henry. We legit cannot cast the game. What did you do? Oh, my goodness. Well, we were going to get into this game.
Oh, God.
But the monitors
Can you
are
hear us?
restarting. Thankfully, it's
Hello,
just the
world?
monitors. It's just a production feed. It should snap right back up. I hear footsteps. I hear running. They're on Overpass somewhere, Henry.
Please come back. I kicked the power.
Oh, my God. Power.
We turned the power back on, and it just died.
This is amazing.
That one went
Thankfully,
off.
I'm hearing knives only, Henry, so it's just the knife round.
Yes.
So we haven't missed anything. And the counter-terrorist won. I don't remember who's on the counter-terrorist to start, but they'll stay on the counter-terrorist, I imagine.
Can we tell them to slow down?
Oh, your screen
went back. Okay,
Yours
we're
is
good.
back.
We can cast off one. That's fine. Keep going.
I don't have mine back,
Now
though,
you're gonna have to
Henry.
stand up.
It's fine.
It's my fault.
It's fine.
I kicked it. I got too excited with the podcast. There's too much hype in the room.
Too much Astralis talk. My cable's wrapped around my chair. I can't even stand up, Henry.
It's just turning into a nightmare for us, but it's fine. We haven't missed anything yet. It's going to be Overpass to kick things off. And Navi, you would expect this to be a clean 2-0 map. I don't think the analysts gave them any ground to. Obviously,
got
CSGO
mine
Lounge,
back.
now known as Dobry&Gaming. They are called the Ex-CSGO Lounge still, so maybe we can just call them CSGO Lounge just to save confusion there. We are back into this. It's all fine, guys. We didn't lose everything. And it's going to be Navi standing on the CT side here, and I feel like this is one of the worst map pools CSGO Lounge could have hoped for, considering these are two of Navi's trademark maps, I guess. Overpass and Mirage, but to say that, what could you even want to play them on, to be fair? Navi, Jumanji, who's that?
I'm not sure. Tries to push up, though, gets taken down by Maniz. I imagine
It's Guardian.
everyone's doing this name thing. They're all messing with us.
who got
They
it.
all want
Yeah,
to
it's
put the
it's
last name
Guardian.
first. It is Guardian, yep.
Jumanji, of course, why not?
It's his Smurf name during the time of healing for him, but it is the man advantage to Dobry&Gaming right now. Ex-CSGO Lounge with the first pick going the way of Maniz, having Guardian push so far forward. Zeus is going to do some more battle at the bathrooms, but he needs to be aware of the fact that they are pushing a little bit closer on the inside, and Spiro's going to catch him off. The lineup's there. The headshot potential for the Glock. He gets frustrated. Spiro is also in position, but Maniz is going to take Flamey. That'll allow his entry and a smoke off. This is going to be a bomb down and a round, rather, that's almost guaranteed to go the way of Ex-Go Lounge.
Yeah, it was Guardian who went aggressive by himself. Didn't have any backup there. He's the first player to drop. That opened the floodgates, and you can see Navi unable to get a single frag here. It's going to be a 5-on-2 situation. Edward and Seized remain. And you're right, everyone's doing this weird name thing. What is this new trend? But it's fine. We can work out who people are. It just looks a bit messy in the scoreboard, I have to say. But bomb will be exploding. Looks like Seized will be looking to get some little cheeky kills there just to boost his money into the next round. That's $300 guaranteed. He takes that mouse. Looking to get $600 here. It doesn't happen. Innocent takes him down. This could be Edward. He is the connector area. And just not going to get anything out of this one at all, but there it is. CSGO Lounge do take the first round, 1-0 on Overpass. You'd assume a force spy coming in from a Navi on the second. Here it comes. C's coming with the CZ, 5.7s, PT50s. And Guardian, he's changed his name again, and now he's just called Guardian backwards. Madrag. What is this? What is this at this event? Can we get the admins on this? I'm not happy, Matt.
I don't know. I need the consistency. But it is the AK for Mihu.
CSGO Lounge gloves look pretty cool.
They
The
do
orange and
actually
black
look pretty
is a
cool.
pretty good combo.
Interesting though, it's the X, so it's like wearing old material.
Old material.
Yeah, recycled, perhaps.
Vintage.
Vintage. I imagine the Navi ones look pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to glance
Yeah,
at
black
them
and
yet.
yellow is a nice combo. The
It always
Bumblebees.
is. It always is.
Famously, there's a song about it.
Well, battle done toward construction. As Seas takes a bit of damage for his peak, but gets a slight bit of information. Door open, they try and go for the boost. A Glock at that range. Never going to win against the AK. Maniz is easily able to take down Zeus. There is Guardian. Backwards now, of course. You might as well change it again. to take down Spiro. It's Flamey actually that does with a nade. It was Guardian to do the onset of damage, but it is Malzeno at the mouth of the site that wants in, and it's a good shot from that Mac-10. Collects the head of Flamey. He's looking for more money as well, and better still to close out this round. Just 2 players remaining from the Navi side.
Yeah, they're both towards A as well. You can see CSGL will be making their way towards the B sides, and the plan will be coming in. They do find okay one towards Mouse. That's Edward to find that frag. And there's the gloves we were just talking about as well. But bomb planted, that's the round over, and looks like CT2 could potentially pick up a couple of guns here. That's the AK-47 gathered for Guardian, and Edward with the Mac-10. Edward with some body armor as well. Looks like they'll just be saving those weapons in the next round, of course. Losing this one with the force buy, they wouldn't be investing anyway. So this does help boost their chances going to the next round. Maybe someone can like Seized can take that AK-47, a very skilled player, see if he can find the first frag. Maybe Guardian fancy it, but it looks like Maniz will be coming to the frag here. I think he just spotted the gun barrel, so he will be dead now. Guardian dropped, that's the AK. Now it's just Edward with that Mac-10. Hoping to get a kill back here, see if he can pick up the AK. Not going to happen there, Maniz gets both. And it's going to be 2-0 for CSGO Lounge. So this is the perfect start for them, of course. Needed the pistol to really set themselves out there. I like they've got all blue t-shirts on.
Yep.
No branding, just blue t-shirts.
Slightly different shades of blue.
Maybe it's just a coincidence.
A quinky dink.
Yeah.
It's Flamey. He's going to stack up with his teammates inside of the B site right now. 2 rounds down. And they have to go for a nade stack as their hope and desperation. Spiro will be the first one through. That nade actually could hit Malzeno. Haven't seen them yet. That's going to land on them, and that should blow them apart. Absolutely brilliant. Flamey and Edward picking up a kill apiece. Mihu and Innocent aren't done, though. They'll still march forward with the guns, and they'll pull it all back. You would have thought there was a chance at that, but they quickly recover the pieces, and they just win it on kills.
Didn't panic at all, just made sure they stuck together and hit the shots that are required. So the first 2 frags do go in favour of Navi, but ultimately it is going to be a 3-0 here in favour of the Poles. We go to round number 4. We have got Guardian, of course, on that AWP. No more purchase as of yet for CSGO Lounge. 5 AKs, they have got a very strong buy going into this one. They've got all the nades required for executions. And Navi, famed for being very aggressive in this map. We'll see what they decide to do. It's going to be Guardian pushing up towards middle, looking towards that fountain area. Nade's coming in. Doesn't take any damage just yet. So he had an opportunity to actually pull the trigger and get the first kill, but he was actually weapon switching there. So the opportunity avoids him. And now he'll be falling back towards long. This is a position he normally boosts himself onto a flower bed. Zeus is in that bathroom area listening out for information for him. It looks like CSGO now will be now heading towards the bathroom area. That's their next port of call. Zeus will be flashed off, but protected by their own smoke.
Zeus is in this position at the connection, but they've already bypassed him. Does give them a bit of retake potential from their own position at long. They can try and cover them off and potentially try and deny this default plant position, but they're so far away from it. Good pickup by Guardian out toward long as well, because that would have foiled all the plans. And Zeus, rather than wrapping in from long with Guardian, has taken his own route toward the site from the bathrooms itself. And Guardian still is in potential here. Maniz is going to take down Seized, but they don't really have any position in their site that they've already planted the bomb in. It's a full flank coming in now from Navi. Execute like you're the T side, perhaps.
Yeah, well, this is it now. It's going to be a difficult task for the terrorists. They've got one player towards bank. He's going to be facing at the right time. There, the Guardian nailing the shot just up to Maniz now. There's a decent plan from him as well. It is on the truck. He finds a kill towards Guardian. Now 1 versus Zeus, and he actually going to win the round as well. Fantastic work from Maniz there. It looked like it was a round they would almost certainly get to lose. As soon as he found that first kill, he saw them rotating in and panicking when they didn't have a kill on the final player there. Edward is the last one to drop, and there it is. That was actually very promising going forward from CSGO Lounge. And actually has knocked Navi onto an eco as well. This could be a 5-0 in favour of the Polish side. And they got that first kill on the bomb site. They actually segregated Guardian from long with the smoke grenade as well. So they played that round very effectively, but it's Maniz who brings home the bacon in the end. And not much Navi can do going into round number 5 here. Just some Deagles, 5-7s, CZs. Edward's got head armor, interesting enough. But I guess he's anticipating maybe some SMGs. I'm not sure.
So I'm just going to go all the way down to that corner, limit the repeat potential, but Guardian doesn't care. He's actually going to gap slightly forward of it near the flower box, so it doesn't do much damage when he repeaks. Misthrown Molotov, and Spiro pays the price for it because he can't get his gun redrawn, and Zeus takes down Innocent. They've got long and the bomb now down. Guns recovered as well, so Go Lounge with a 4-0 starter throwing this away. But Mihu and Maniz, the last 2 alive. Molotov and Flash on either of them, full armor, full HP. They've got to slow this down considerably, though. That smoke's going to buy a little bit more time, but there's still 56 seconds-ish to work with now that the smoke dissolves. So 53 seconds now that the smoke dissolves.
That bomb down down towards that area is a massive problem now. They have to face at the same time. Hopefully they can refrag here. It's going to be Zeus who drops first though, so we'll go down to a 2-on-2 and the low HP of the CTs should stabilize things here for the Terrorists. There it is. Maniz finds a final frag once again. And it looked a little bit scary for them there, but they do go up 5-0. And this is getting interesting. We might have a game on our hands here. We did almost write CSGO Lounge off, especially on the analyst desk. There wasn't any confidence in them whatsoever, but still very early days. All they've done so far is win the pistol in the first gun round, and you know a team like Navi can always bounce back regardless of the situation. We go to round number 6. They have got the AWP on towards Guardian once again. He'll be, of course, back towards middle, but it looks like a fast B play coming in. The smoke's coming in nice and early over the top from T-Spawn. On towards the bomb site, taking away that vision from the CTs, and there's a Molotov towards the barrels as well. This could be very good, but Guardian gets the first frag. Flamey with a double. Mouse does respond, but still a little work to do there. It's going to be the round over.
Yep,
As
done
quickly
already.
as it started. I guess they're anticipating the CT cash might not be the best possible, even though they're at maximum loss bonus right now. Trying to catch them off with a nice quick round there. They did the 2 smokes towards the site and the Molotovs. But unfortunately, it was just a very telegraph when they're doing that. So obviously, it could have been a fake, but Flamey is dropping the perfect incendiary towards the monster tunnel. Sprays him down as they come in. Gets a nice little double. Guardian picking up frag as well. That was the round over. So decent idea from CSGO. I didn't mind it, but ultimately, it's Navi just locking it down. They've got a very strong B site. You have to...
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, Navi on this map, it's interesting that it's one that's kind of slipped away from the map pool that we talked about with them and away from the accolade of being one of their best, but it really is a map that they're very strong on in many ways. So, I mean, this is an excellent start for Go Lounge. There's no question about it. We haven't really seen much of Navi as of late. Malmo, obviously, they did make it to the playoffs, but they flew Guardian in late. It was with Starix that they actually made it through the group stages.
There's a lot of controversy around Guardian's status right now, how match fit is he right now, but we'll see. This game will be good. So you kind of get a gauge on that, be indicative to whether he's at that 90% that kind of claims he might be at. Round number 7. 5 AKs once again for CSGO Lounge. Not going to be opting for an AWP just yet, but they have got control of middle. Pushing the CTs back towards the site. And it's Guardian who was towards long at the start of the round, but he is repositioning back towards the bomb site now.
Spiro and Malzino. Try and work this together toward the bathrooms. They also have you with them. Right now, though, the only one holding down any sort of ground over at the B site has been lost. It was Innocent that was inside of that construction position. Edward pushed forward and caught him. So the salesman's gone, and a flash in, a good peek from Zeus. Now he's come out pretty damaged from this, down to 19, and an aggressive stance to run away from this. He's going to keep running, too, through that smoke. Zeus just wants to run and hide. That gives so much room to Guardian and Seas to close it out. They go searching for 1 and lose to 2.
Yeah, it was the little fake there from CSGO Lounge. One player towards that B side, trying to settle something, but Navi definitely were not buying it, and you saw the reaction coming in straight away. It's Guardian holding on strong. A perfect fake, if you will, from Zeus as he pushed through the smoke and locked them down and managed to get away with his life as well. All 5 players surviving for Navi. It's going to be CSGO Lounge now on towards the full eco. They have got a couple of PT-50s and a Tech 9, but no grenades. This should be a very clean cut affair as they make their way towards connector. It's actually 4 players and 1 towards short. That will be Mihu. He is dropped now. Dead now, of course. So it's going to be Seas boosted up. He gets 2 frags. And the round is pretty much over. So Zeus finally the kill towards Spiro. And just Innocent and Mouse survive. They do manage to take down Zeus. They get an AK, but still. Many options there.
Molotov will limit Flamey so he can't actually get toward that door and take down Muzino, and he sees those bullets coming through and thankfully stops. He would have heard them rather because it was the silenced M4 as well, so he could have easily walked to his own death there with 12 HP.
Well, 1 minute remains. If they can get a plant down here somehow, that would be pretty much the best they could hope for here, but Guardian just watching this angle like a hawk. Hoping someone will walk into the crosshair. They're not going to be moving for now, just biding their time and making sure they don't make any mistakes here. Kind of hoping a CT will come in for the flank, but there it is, it's Flamey. And he gets the first kill, Edward chimes in with the second, and there it is, 3 rounds in a row for Navi now. Money, not an amazing position for CSGO Lounge. You can see they can get 5 AKs, but they are lacking all of the utility. As we go into round number 9. See what they bring to the table here. They've mixed things up. They've had a good array of tactics here. They've tried the fastest stuff towards B. They've done the defaults. albeit against a weakened Navi after force buy in the second. Let's see if they can hold on here. It's a different stance now. Guardian going very aggressive towards long. He's actually backed up by 2 players as well. They're looking for this first pick, and they could get it. Edward going to be leading the charge now, as he is going to be protected with the
Zeno, good shot on Zeus. Aggressive stance, though. Guardian's able to pick up one very quick kill, but Malzino gets Edward down, and this still sits in a 3 versus 3. And it's going to come to Seized inside of this bathroom position as well. He needs to be careful of how to approach this because they're pushing past both sides. He's got them, no, he's definitely got them in the clutches. It's too easy. They overlook it. It's the sneakiest position in Counter-Strike. It really is.
Did you see the synergy there? He's called for the flashbang from his teammates as well. Fully blinds them. He comes out, finds both kills very easily indeed. As this could be Minis now. Left towards that bathrooms area. He can't really do too much with this one. 3-on-1. If he can find a kill, just damage the economy. That could be like beneficial, I guess. But Seized 2 on point right now. He gets his 3rd kill of the round. He's actually one of the players who's been stepping up massively for Navi recently. Very, very strong player indeed. And it's coming Guardian 8 for 5. Sees trailing behind. Well, it's actually exactly the same score. Not even trailing. Don't worry about it. 4 in a row, though.
I wasn't, but thank you.
But just in case you were. I do worry about you sometimes.
You worry about me?
Yeah.
My mom does that enough. You don't need to.
Round number 10. Pistols once again for CSGO Lounge. Tech9's Desert Eagles. And you feel like it's going to a 5-5. This is actually business as usual. This is kind of what we were anticipating. There we go. Spirit's got something to work with. Wow, they left middle completely open. That's kind of clumsy.
And takes Zeus. That was just easy. Too easy. And it's Malzino that goes down, but it's 2 still kills in the favor of them with an AK and an M4 picked, or rather an AWP, excuse me, and an I'm confused.
Go on.
M4 picked up. You know what I'm trying to say. You can see it. You don't need me to tell you. Spiro caught out, though. Pre-scope toward green box, and Edwards at this park sign. Makes it look easy. Second shot, though. Maniz hits it with a deagle, so they can easily pull this back. They've got the AWP recovered once more, and it's Seized that's inside the A site. A split defense right now with Flamey way over toward Monster. They may actually be encouraged to go toward B as well, getting that many picks on the A site. They're going to expect the rotation.
They've got a smoke to play with, and they've got time on their side as well, so don't need to rush anything at this point. They have the AWP, so going towards long, I think that's a good idea. You can see Seized is thinking about checking this. He needs to get some intel here. He's going to be sitting on the site like a sitting duck at this point, but let's see if he can do anything with this. All 3 players for CSGO Lounge going to be playing a contact sort of mentality here, but Seized looking like he may get the first kill, and he'll survive as well. Just needs to pull back at this point. There it is, perfect.
It's just going to be held from Seized, though. Molotovs and smokes to clear the corners. Maniz won't have to worry too much about that back stairwell unless they jump through, hence the scope's positioning. It's a walk-in from the AK. Jumps up, nearly spotted. His shot rattles off the top of the APC, but Seized is still able to hit it. Molotov out late on the bomb. But there is 2 kits, so they have time to let that fade. It's a little bit early from Mihu, and they're going to get right on it. Flamey's going to tap it, faces off, and they're both going to face at the same time. Seized will hit the shot.
Yeah, difficult position there for Mihu. He does drop the Molotov on towards the bomb. Pretty much the only option he had, trying to delay them. Hope they didn't have a kit there, but they both did. They faced him at the same time, and ultimately they win the round. 5 in a row now for Navi. It was a bit of an interesting run there from CSGO Lounge. The fact that they were gifted those 2 frags at the start, you have to feel like that Navi were a little bit sloppy, not even facing towards middle at the start. So they had like tunnel vision towards that connector area. And look at the scoreboard though. Maniz is actually on 15 for 5. His teammates pretty far behind, but still not too bad for them so far after getting those first 5 rounds. AWP, of course, back in the hands of Guardian, but so Spiro. Maniz will be working towards this connector area, and this is Zeus. This will be waiting for him. He's actually up on those pallets there, and he does get taken down. So that's the first frag going in their favour. That's a nice early frag as well. Edward was there to back him up, and we'll see whether he can actually do anything with this. He's actually stuck in a horrible position. This mouse is looking to come and get the kill onto him, and he's not going to be able to land the shot. Back to a 4-on-4.
Edward winning that exchange. Oh, but caught out, redressed immediately, Maniz. Good play to come in just slightly after he'd faded away, but Flamey once more will trade it out. He goes back to the doorway, catches out Maniz napping as well, and both players getting good real estate back for their teams. More importantly as well, Flamey, after winning that duel, is going to fall away and get back into a more passive setup now for Navi because they can't afford to overextend in this situation. They'll leave Seized on the B site, passive position in the water. He'll allow them down the monster tunnel before spotting them up. And 2 inside A. Go Lounge look like they're going to rotate back toward this B site slowly. Spiro, AWP. Innocent with the bomb. Should be Mihu that leads the way through.
25 seconds remain. They have got 3 smokes here and Molotovs, but you can see they're just starting to realise where the time is sitting, so going to have to force their way in now. Molotov actually misses as well. It's a decent drop by C's here. He should be able to clean up, gets the first frag, gets the second as well. So lovely stuff from them. That should be the round secured at this point. Spiro is stuck behind the flames. 2 CDs still to find. He can't get the bomb down, surely. As he edges onto the bomb side, he's looking for a kill. Has to plant, has no choice here. There it is. Final comes in. It's going to be Guardian. And it is 6 rounds in a row now for Navi. So CSGO launchers didn't really have enough time there to actually execute fully. It was very obvious as to what they're doing. I'd prefer them to maybe just run and dry at that point when you've got such little time instead of just throwing absolutely everything over. Just run and dry and try and have the surprise element working in your favour. As soon as those smokes and Molotovs went over and they missed as well, you could see the reaction coming from Navi. There's just a telegraphed play. And it's going to be a pause for CSGO Lounge, I assume.
Yep.
It's shortly after 5. Oh, actually, it's a technical.
So Spiro's left the game. So obviously his PC has died, according to his teammate. I think it was Meniz that said that. Either way, they had 5-0 and Navi's pulled this back. Rather, they had 4-1, excuse me. They had 5-1. So, and they've pulled this back. Either way, I mean, it's a start that looked excellent considering Navi's form on this map, but you're right, they are starting to struggle slightly. Money.
Meniz on 17 kills, by the way.
That's actually ridiculous.
And he's innocent side the nearest to him. He's on 5, so he's been hard carry. Obviously, a lot of those have been against egos, so you can't read too much into it. They've had maybe had 2 or 3 egos in that first 5 rounds, but still, you know, very good frag totals. This is Guardian. Some highlights for you. We haven't seen anything too crazy from him so far, but it's been pretty decent. Like, he's been a very good AWP so far. The problem with Guardian is we set such high standards for him. Like, for him to be like Guardian good, he has to be playing like better than anyone else in the world, right? That's what we expect. So it's difficult to see whether he's actually hitting those dizzy heights we're used to. The unpause comes in, so there was technical, guys. I wouldn't be surprised that would have been a tactical considering what's happened so far, 6 rounds in a row. But getting back in this one, it's another gun round, round number 12. CSGO Lounge going to be onto the AWP on Spiro. And looks like a change of play here potentially. We have got Guardian in towards middle, and it's Edward by himself in towards that connector area. They're going aggressive towards short as well, so trying to pincer the terrorist towards that water area. Flamey on the secondary AWP as well, so this definitely is a different formation. Zeus gets the first kill, takes down Meniz, and Guardian should be able to get a kill as well. Oh, rare miss, so there we go.
And watch his right. He doesn't know that they're pushing up the playground. He's caught out, and Muzino gets there. You would have expected a guy like Guardian to have the experience and awareness in that situation, but gets caught. Edward instead now has to hold off Bathrooms on his own. There's a rotation of 2 players coming back over from B to compensate for this, but a long advance down the A corridor. Toward the tree. Spiro's actually got seized as well. That's immediately on arrival. And that's what I was going to say. Spiro's so far forward now that this is really going to have to be a fight for Edward just to get back inside of the site itself.
We have got Zeus and T-Spawn, so that's the final lifeline here for Navi. Just need to hold off the terrorists as long as they possibly can, allow him to get into a position where he can actually have some impact here, but it looks like he may be out of time here as they are edging their way towards the site. This kill could be very important indeed. It's going to be Edward taking down Innocent, nails the shot, so they have been bought something here. Flamey rotating onto that A site with the AWP. Going to be smoked out for now, but does have an angle. It's actually a really poor smoke, and he misses the shot somehow, so still, this is anyone's round.
Flamey wants them to push. He's going to get it. Oh, but just to the edge of the smoke, the timing's off, goes to the pistol. He wants to deny the plant. And that's not going to happen either as Spiro hits Flamey. Great round now coming in from DG, but it's going to be Zeus with 1 kill already. Smoke out, gap in it. He'll be able to walk right through. Dodges the flash. Second as well, catches him for longer.
Yep.
So let's just slow him slightly. No kit, and he's downed already. Malzino just holds it. There's no way through. That angle's covered, and they pick up the AWP.
So Navi did get that first pick, but we saw Guardian struggling there. He had a shot pretty much on a plate for him there. It's one of the ones we expect him to nail. And he had 2 opportunities, in fact, missed both shots, and that got CSGO Lounge right back into this round. They took advantage of long, killed C's towards that APC area, and that was it. That was the round over at that point, 6-6. So after the technical pause, it's CSGO Lounge bouncing back here. So round number 13. We'll see what Guardian can do here. Aggressive once again, but it's, you feel like no one's going to feed him frags towards that area. It's so well known. That's the angle he likes to hold, and that's going to be the case for now. They're playing very passively indeed. Smoke comes in. We're looking towards that playground area, but of course, he is gifted a frag, but it's going to be mouse to drop. 5 and 4 now. They can fall back to the bomb site and wait for the terrorists to make the next move.
Zeus. Just waiting at the bathrooms. Hoping someone will carelessly wander past. As Innocent will, not carelessly perhaps, but wander over toward the long A position. Guardian waiting on top of the flower pot. Now, is he scoped in? We don't see it, because if he scoped down toward long, Innocent could actually walk out directly underneath of him and not be detected. They are getting closer onto Zeus as well. Thankfully, Guardian's fallen off of that position, because that could have been a peculiar situation to arise. Zeus, the only one still forward, is going to throw out a Molotov, buy more space, and then put him into a better position, but he has to watch out in front of Athens. They've already advanced. Spiro gets one awkward spray down. Zeus, he's going to have to reload quite quickly on this. 8 bullets left, they're gone already, and Meniz, he's got the shot onto Zeus quite quickly immediately after. So it's all done and gone. 2 members down. It's a 3 versus 3. Edward, though, great timing. Takes the bomb down. Mihu in the corner. He can see him through the flames, and now it's just Meniz.
That's all down to Edward. Great movement from him. Good read. Pushes up aggressively. Knows he can't allow CSGO to make their way onto the bomb site. Finds 2 kills. It's Guardian that drops once again to the hands of Spiro. He seems to be getting the best of him the last couple of rounds, but still, Navi do win the round. 7-6 now, coming to the closing stages of the first half. Here's a play from Edward, just pushing forward, aggressive. And Mihu just stuck in the quarter corner there. Didn't really have much to do. He gets dropped, and that's the round over. It's going to be an eco now for CSGO Lounge, or ex-CSGO Lounge, I should say. It's going to get confusing, of course. They are tagged up DG in the game, so...
Dobry&Gaming, that was their name before they were...
Yeah, of course. Why is it ex-CSGO Lounge to the top? So it's calling them DG, surely.
Are you triggered?
It's just like, it's just one of those things as well. It's like, you're going to read it what's at the top naturally.
Names today. Not a great day for names. It's a great day for hay, though. And they're going to make hay while the sun shines inside of the B site. And it is shining brightly for Flamey, because his resilience raises 3 kills. Although Seas does go down immediately after. Edwards come over to pick up the pieces because Meniz picked up 2. But it is just Spiro plays on to 3. Edward, he may be on 28 HP, but he doesn't even really need to address this. It's all on Zeus, and he closes it 8-6.
8-6 indeed. Not really much to talk about that round. It was pretty much full eco for CSGO Lounge, making their way towards water, pushing up short. Got a couple of kills, but at this point, it's the last round of the first half. Doesn't really dent the CT economy. They still, of course, get a full buy going into this one. Orban Guardian, I'm interested to see where he goes. We haven't seen him towards B yet. Maybe that's the play. Oh, it is. What do you know? He'll go towards Monster Tunnel, go for that first pick. Maybe he can push off towards short as well. There are a couple of options there. Looks like it will be the latter. He will be going towards short, of course.
Shot down, though, Spiro and Innocent. It's a trade because Guardian and Edward found kills of their own to bookend those 2. Innocent's going to face this, and Edward was there watching all this shoulder peeks information. Good job from Edward. Does try to re-peek it with a flash. That'll force Innocent off, and does Edward stick or go? Because now they know he's in that position. And he is going to wrap back around and go back inside of the site.
3-on-3. Terrorists do have 2 smoke grenades remaining. They're just not together right now, though. You can see a little bit segregated, and that doesn't help things, as Edward does find a kill towards Meniz over towards the B site. They are going to be showing their hand towards long now. Smoke comes in, that delays them, but still gives an opportunity to get to the end of the smoke. Looking at the mouse there, looking like he may just want to walk through this one. Flashbang comes in, there it is, actually works out, but C's getting out of there, actually navigates his way back towards the bank, so that's actually very well played by him as well, gets the kill, perfect stuff from him. Bomb will be planted, almost in vain at this stage. It's going to be a 3 versus 1 for Innocent. If you win this, it will be 1 for the record books. Let's see what he can do. Gets the first. There it is.
Yeah, Edward was always there. So it's going to end 9-6 for Navi after a 5-1 start for CSGO Lounge. Dobry&Gaming, ex-CSGO Lounge, insert name here.
Did you just give them 3 different names?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
They all apply. It's a decent recovery from Navi on this first map of the best of 3, our last best of 3 on day 1.
You see Zeus has got like the Zeus tattoo on his arm. Do you ever think you'll get the Sadakist?
No.
Do you think you can get Sadakist on one arm and Henry G on the other?
That's definitely not happening. And if it does, someone can cut off that arm anytime.
What, the Sadakist arm?
The
Keep the
Henry
Henry
G
G
arm.
Keep the Henry G, get rid of Sadakist.
No, please God, no.
I reckon you'll get it one day. When I die, you can get that.
Yeah, I'll get one for Jaden, maybe.
What, a picture of like an MP9?
Well played.
Yeah.
Well played.
Well, here we go then. It's going to be 9-6. Navi, after going down 5-0, do bounce back pretty formidably. They're going to the T half now. And they're going to have 4 sets of armor, and it's going to be seized with the smoke and 2 flashbangs. And they will be focusing towards middle. Very fast tactic coming in here. They're sticking together a little Glock train, going straight towards those bathrooms. No CD players there as of yet. They're going to be holding on towards the bomb tower. Be Innocent, the first player, finding some confrontation now.
Edward, Guardian, poised and ready like young stallions on race day. And Flamey equally charged. And now they go. Edward leads. Remember, he's wanted dead or alive for $1 million, and he's dead. Spiro doesn't care about the money. He's just going to do it for the team because he's a heart and a team player. As Innocent picks up 2 more. And it sees to get back onto Innocent, and that's going to open up the sight slightly as he follows that up as well. He's going further than that. The Glock can't land on Mozino despite the jumping mechanics, and it's going to be Maniz to close the round.
Well, that's a big pistol for CSGO Lounge, or Ex-CSGO Lounge, Dobry&Gaming, as you would say. We're going to presumably see Navi coming with the force by here. If you don't get the bomb down, that's pretty much standard method these days. They're going for 5 Desert Eagles, and it's Guardian investing into it as well. So that's the AWPA coming in. That's pretty against the rules, I would say. Normally the AWPA is the one to go full eco in these situations, but he wants to join in with the fun.
Henry.
Indeed. Let's see how it works out for the 9-7. Big round here. Ooh, okay. Straight to the smoke through the smoke, Zeus. Why not? Just seems to be having full vision there.
Well, does do a little bit of damage on Mihu. 57 HP. Mihu, remember, an excellent finalist at the HTC 1v1 tournament. Same tournament that KD got wrecked by Giuliano.
Yep, Shoxy was the
champion. Look at him now, right?
The champion.
Look at what that did for his career.
That is all about that 1v1 tournament, man. That boosted his confidence.
Yep.
That's all he needed. That's quite true. That's kind of funny.
Let's not embellish that
ever since that tournament, he's been lights out. But there it is, Guardian. He comes in with Desert Eagle headshot. He takes down Maniz, and it's going to be Spiro in a difficult position. It's a horrible spray down, but does manage to come out on top. Flamey's surely going to get this kill back in return. There it is. It's going to be a 3-on-3, but still does favour the CTs. Let's see whether they can hold on to this one. We hit the 45-second mark, and it's Flamey once again. 2 kills for him this round, both with the Desert Eagle. He takes that Innocent there, rips his head off. Michi, with fire here, does manage to take him down. Side there. That's Zeus surely going to pick up this kill. 13 HP, 4 mouse, and there it is. That should be the round tied up at this point. You can see Mihu, 21 HP, no kit, 1 flashbang coming in from up here. Trying to do what he can.
Trying to make his way back in the site. 21 HP, caught in the open, missed shot though. Thankfully Zeus holds it together because Edward had a chance 3 times, couldn't land it. Either way, Navi have pulled the round back. Despite losing the pistol, they now have 10 rounds and have a real chance at this game to close it up early.
It was Guardian. From way downtown.
You said it's against the rules for your op player to grab a Deagle.
I'd say it normally is. No, Deagle's fine. It's Deagle and armor.
The force buy, sorry, yes.
Yeah, so Deagle's not a problem. It's just like, you obviously, if he doesn't win that round, he doesn't have an open the first gun. So that's why it's against the rules. But they don't play by the rules. You can take your rules and throw them on the window. It looks like a B contact play coming in. The CTs haven't purchased really anything. Got a PT50, that's it. They should be getting absolutely wrecked this round. As we go into number 18, this should be almost guaranteed for Navi to go 11-7 here. There's the first few kills. It's just be Spiro and Innocent remaining. And I'm not really sure what they can do with a P2000 and a USP. Maybe we can get a kill on towards Edward. You never know. He might do it.
He may not. Oh.
We haven't looked at the Navi gloves properly. They are pretty nice.
They are pretty nice. I do like the yellow and black. They've got the
they were one of the
stitching.
When we first talked about gloves on Reddit and stuff like that, they were one of the ones that are like the concept ones that someone made.
Yep.
They look pretty similar to those. Maybe they just based it on that. Because they were actually one of the ones that looked really cool with the black and yellow.
They did, absolutely. Well, either way, it is Navi on to 11 rounds. 7 only for CSGO Lounges. Remember, they did pick up the pistol in this half, but unfortunately, were immediately ecoed.
Well, it's going to be a difficult round for them this time. They have bought into this 4-4s, and he's on the CZ, 1 kit, 1 smoke remaining after 10 seconds into the round. This is going to be problematic. They need to find a frag. You can see Mihu doing exactly that right now. He's pushing towards water, looking towards that short tunnel. Right now, it's Navi going very quickly with the bomb towards long A, and it's actually going to be Spiro there. Hasn't got much vision on it at all. What can he really do about a flashbang here? Gets a double kill. That's what he can do. Looking for the triple. Doesn't quite get it, but it's Innocent on the other side of the map to get Zeus as well. So this is almost an impossible round for them considering. And it looks like they're going to take it as well. Headshot from the CZ at range, finishes things off on towards Guardian. So a nightmare buy for CSGO Lounge going into that one. It looked like Natus Vincere had that down to a T, but somehow the double kill comes in and that's it. It falls apart.
Yeah, very well done. Very well done indeed as Navi sit to just buy in 1 more. They've got money saved up. Guardian's gone to the AWP, left with 1250 in his wallet, so this will be a break round for Navi, I believe. I didn't catch it, but the same can be said still for the CSGO Lounge team. Despite that nightmare buy, that smoke is quite nifty. That's a non-bounce off the railing smoke that lands.
That is pretty cool. Well then, of course, Navi still have enough to buy into this round, and CSGL have boosted their buy.
This boost we haven't seen in a while, but it's a one and done switch position. Because instantly, and if you can get the shot through the window, you've got better chances of getting away. If you get the shot at the top and middle, you've got problems because they can easily wide peek you as you run back to the site. Yeah, I was going to say exactly that. If they have a smoke, they can smoke that off to make it easier.
Well, this is a big round for CSGL. A full reset would be coming in if they were to lose it. It's going to be Navi now. Getting control along.
This is why the smoke's important, because if Zeus comes out and spots them, now they know the boost is there. If they had a more forward stance in the bathrooms, they could easily swing out and try and catch them.
3 players doors long for Navi right now. Have got 4 smokes remaining as well. All the smokes potential is very real for the CTs. There's the first to take away the vision from long. No AWP is the CTs, and Guardian with one in hand. That makes things a little bit problematic. They could do their boost here. You know what we saw at Katowice? This would be a good time to do it, but it looks like they won't be opting for something like that. This will be pushing up in a 2-man stance towards the end of that smoke. Surely a flashbang will come over. There will be challenging Spirit here. Just pushing straight through, you know. Don't even worry about the smoke. Just walk in, take his head off, and it's going to be...
Edward probably just inhaled all that smoke.
Yeah, why not?
As he pushes down, Flame, he catches off Innocent.
Ooh,
nice shot on Martino.
Dirty one.
Couldn't replicate it onto Maniz, though. That does leave them still with a man down on this retake, but it's a 2 versus 3. Mihu gets Edward, but Guardians found the shot through the edge of the wall. And this is a tough position to be in.
Oh,
no kit.
Yeah, they know exactly where he is now as well. He fired the bullets off. No nades, no kits, just an AK. And Guardian waiting for you as well on the bomb site. He gets the shots. And as I said, it's a horrible round for CSGO Lands to lose. They only get $1,400 going into this round. So 2 players. Well, 1 player on 1,500, Spiro's got 2,500. They will be forcing this. So this could be the beginning of the end. Max 7, 5-7, UMP, 2 M4s, 1 kit, lack of nades. Once again, need to go aggressive. They need another miracle performance here. It was Minis that stepped up last time on the A-bomb site. Can he find similar form here?
Nade. Flashes, everything deployed so that they can get around the corner at Fountain in case Guardian goes aggressive, or rather, excuse me, in case Dobry&Gaming in this case go aggressive. Used to saying Guardian because he's so known for this peak on this CT side, but they have cleared off the first part of mid. Give them some ground to execute on. Innocent, 5-7. Contained in bathrooms.
Yeah, that's the aggressive push we saw from the CTs. They had to find something here. To see waiting for them as well. And this could do something out of this though. Unfortunately, did have the advantage, but unable to land the shot there with the 5-7. It's going to be a 5-on-3 now. After Minis once again, we said he was the player that stepped up before and found that double kill. Looks like he got the first. No, he doesn't. Actually, Flamey takes him down. Now Spiro in a horrible position. Edward's ready for him, but actually, it's the drop with the Max 7 that takes him down. So, still a chance here, but a very slim one now. He has been killed as well. Just going to be Malzino towards Monster Tunnel on the other side of the planet right now, compared to where the terrorists are with the bomb. So this round is over. That's going to be 13-8 and an almost guaranteed potential double eco coming in here for CSGO Lounge. Only have $1,900 coming to the next round. They don't really have the breathing room to even justify that. We'll see what they decide to do. If you can save the M4, I'm not even sure that does anything for them. Like I said, they only get 1,900 next round. They need to stay for 2 rounds in a row to even give them a decent buy.
I believe.
In what, exactly?
That they can do it.
Do what?
Save it for 2 rounds in a row.
Okay. Well, oh, look, we got a cool little bomb timer in the top right. I didn't notice that.
That is pretty cool.
Is that new to this game? I didn't notice that once before.
Well, 5 seconds. It's not being able to...
Do you feel like that takes away the drama and the excitement?
It could, yeah. I think usually if it's that close anyway, you're not going to be able to tell from the graphic if he's on it or not.
Well, no, if you like see him just go diffuse, and then like, if it's like 6 or 7 seconds, like it's very difficult to tell. It's for sure if he's got it.
Yeah. But if he hits like right on like 5.5 on that little graphic, you're not going to know. But yeah, it could give away some of it. I don't know. It is a weird thing because it used to, in 1.6, if I'm not mistaken, they had the bomb timer at the bottom in spectator mode. They didn't? I thought they did in spectator mode. Maybe. I could be wrong. No, I could be wrong.
Not as far as I'm aware.
I could be wrong. I likely am. It's okay. Edward flashed. but still gets kills because they don't fully blind him, and that is massive money built up. Navi, 13 looking for 14 rounds. It's just Spiro that remains, and this could be easily dealt with. He's inside the bathrooms with a P250.
Well then. The M4 will not be safe, Matt. You were believing.
I don't believe.
Is over. It's Edward picking up 3 frags. There's going to be 14-8 here. So after CSGL under that fantastic start, Matt, that's the best start they could have hoped for, right? 5-0 against Navi. And right now in the second half it's 14-8, so I haven't really been able to build on that one. And I think they won the pistol in the second half as well. Am I right?
They did. Yeah,
so all they've won really so far is the pistols. Really?
yeah, and they got ecoed on this one, to be fair.
Oh, that's right. They won the pistol, then they got eco. Yeah, absolutely right. It's okay. But it's still, both pistols.
It was 5-1 up in the first half as well.
Yeah. Well, they were 5-0. For sure.
No, I think it was 4-1 because they got ecoed. They got ecoed there too.
I don't believe you.
Well, you could be wrong, but I could be right. Mihu's going to push through. Seized, jumping, gets caught. That's actually a good push for Mihu because Seized now is down on the B site. They've got a lot of real estate. They've got no information, though, as to what's going on at A, and there is a slight rotation back to try and redress some of this damage dealt. It's going to be Zeus that's heading out on the hunt. Innocent's pushed down into the stairwell, though. This is good. Rotations cut off. There won't be any here, Henry. That said, with the bomb way back toward the T-spawn, if they do rotate, they're going to go back the long way anyway. Oh, they're going to try it. They're going to try it. They're going to try it, Henry.
I told you it's coming.
3. Oh, they've messed it up. This is sitting duck position. Oh, thankfully, Flamey's holding it.
Well, it somehow works out for them. They do get a kill on towards Maniz, and they do a lot of damage towards Spiro as well. There is a backstab coming in, though, from Innocent. He gets the first kill on towards Edward, but that's going to force the terrorists to make their way in towards the site now at this point. Guardian in the charge. Mihu waiting behind the Optimus truck. He's going to find the shot, of course he is. That's the first kill on towards Spiro, though. Zeus coming in towards the back, though. Actually gets dropped, so now it's a 3 versus 1. Flamey should be taken out of this situation, but there it was. We did see the boots coming in. It did get rumbled by the CTs pretty early on, but I always get a little bit excited when that happens. I think we haven't seen it once since Katowice. I may be wrong, but...
I think we may have... Did we see the Malmo?
Nope. Not that I'm aware of, anyway.
You could be right. It was definitely coined at Malmo, but for some reason I thought... No, we saw Luminosity try it.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they tried it at Malmo and failed it.
What game in Malmo? They only played like 2 games.
They played 2 games. It's a good point, but we have definitely seen Luminosity try it, because I remember laughing and being like, oh, fool us, we do it to you, and it didn't work out for them, no.
Right, well...
I'm not Thorin. I can't reference specific games off the top of my head, Henry.
It's true. That man has got a brain of... What's a good word to use there?
There's a lot of words.
We can't even think of right words to use, let alone have the same brain.
That's right.
Mihu does find the first kill here. They are kicking off their CT campaign out, getting the first frag once again. Brain like an encyclopedia.
Yes.
Yeah?
And a perverse comic book.
Yes.
As Edward watches toward the sandbags. Push me. And then just touch me. So I can get my kill on sandbags.
Kill on sandbags. Kill on sandbags.
Well, Mazzino's got him because they went for the boost and he was just a sitting duck.
Well, 5-3 now. CSGL looking to get to double figures, but Guardian trying to deny them best he can. Gets the first kill towards Malzino. They only have 30 seconds to play with here, and they do have smokes, 3 of them, but it looks like let's begin with the contact play here. Guardian going to be going in first for the Monster Tunnel. Give that first kill was a really good flashbang there, but of course Guardian nails the shot, 3-on-3 now, and it's up to Maniz as he waits for the rotations from his teammates.
Maniz is in good position, a little bit early, but he will find one. Oh, flashed up, gave away his position. If he'd almost let them commit to the bomb at that time, he could have fooled them by peeking late, but Flamey gets the shot. It's Innocent to push through. Great response from Guardian, because if he gets one there, he can easily turn that back to the bomb. Now it's a 2-1 advantage for Navi in this post plant. They've gotten time to get back toward the Monster Tunnel. Spiro's late to arrive, and Guardian, he just mows him down as soon as he gets there.
Yeah, pretty godlike round from Guardian at that point. They had 30 seconds remaining. They lost the first 2 frags there. CSGL looking like they're in a fantastic position. And somehow Guardian is hitting shot after shot after shot. He gets 4. And it seemed like very unlikely situation as well. He's getting flashed, he was getting flanked, and just hitting absolutely everything. That's going to be map point here in this best of 3. If you're just joining us, it's the last best of 3 of the day. Well, for our stream at least. There may be stuff going on the B stream as well and the Russian stream, but it's going to be Scout, 3 pistols and 1 M4 to hold on for dear life here for Dobry&Gaming. They're pushing off towards short here for that first pick. Spiro with the Scout does actually miss the shot, but it's going to be Mouse who finds the first kill. He's getting in from Connector as well. That's innocent. He finds a kill towards Edward, so still some time to play here, I think.
Flamey going to wrap back around. And he's inside of the bathrooms. So he's watching stairwell. Look at Innocent's position, though. Just could get caught by this if he's not careful. Depending on how fit. Oh, he's got bomb. He's got bomb. Innocent's going to call this, so they don't even need to overcommit, and this is even better. Yes, sir. Thank you for the AWP.
And the money.
$1,500. But it's still desperate times because they've got to win this round, or it's all done for map number 1. Going back for the bomb. This is where it is. This is the trap. And the trap needs to land the shots, though. Innocent fades away from it smartly. He's done the damage. He should be able to get collected by Mazzino, and will do exactly that. So good push up by Innocent. That takes a lot of the panic out of the situation. They had all the information that they needed.
And the money's not great for Navi. I thought it'd be swelling at this point, but they actually don't really have much to work with. Here's the knife replay, of course. You didn't see many of those on towards Guardian's back, but still, CSGO Lounge bring things to double figures here. So no force buy from Navi this time. They have got Zeus and Seas on towards body armor. The rest of the guys have some upgraded pistols. They've got 5 rounds to close this one out. CSGO Lounge need 5 just to take us towards overtime. It's a very difficult prospect, but they've shown us they can compete against these guys. It hasn't been a complete bloodbath as we anticipated before we went into it. 2 players making their way towards long. There's actually 2 CTs in middle waiting for them. As Edward and Zeus are waiting towards that fountain area.
Innocent's going to fall back to the site. Flash for Innocent to peek at long instead this time. I'm trying to find the opening pick here against these pistols, but they are getting pushed back slowly by Navi. They've brought 2 smokes to the party, 3 smokes to the party actually, as there's one on Zeus as well. Trying to find the angle still, and Innocent finally takes down Guardian, but they haven't made any progress. Now Navi, they're starting to get a little bit too complacent. They've pulled the rotation over. There's a 3rd member inside this A site. Quick peek, Zeus knows he's there. Overcommits though, and Spiro just holds the angle.
Well, that's going to be around over his points. Just Edward in that bathrooms area. Let's get taken down by Manise. They will be winning this round. Sees the last player remaining. And Spiro is the player to drop him. So Navi, a little bit of conservative that round. Want to make sure they finish this one out. And I can't see the money right now, but I can see C's. And that's all I need to see right now.
That's all I need to see.
Guardian, there were some questions around his form right now. I feel like he's performed at a very Guardian-esque level. Some of the big rounds. Here's one of them right now. These shots were pretty mind-blowing in terms of what was going on. Hit absolutely everything. There it is. There's the knife, of course. I'd love to see what's going on in the actual game. There it is. 15-11. 4 to go. CSGO Lounge take us to overtime. Now we're going to have C's watching towards short for that push there. You can see him on the mini-map. He's only got the Galil in hand. We have got the open Guardian, but it's glass cannon, so a real chance for CSGO Lounge to break Navi once again. A lot of damage being inflicted to Guardian. That almost takes him out of the round now. He goes into 18 HP. He was towards that connector area. It's Spiro now, he does have the information. What's the next move here? They've got 2 smokes remaining, 1 flashbang. That's pretty much it. Need to find that first pick.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we still sit on map point. Go Lounge closing the gap ever so slightly. Guardian's going to work in toward bathrooms. There's 4 players with eyes on B. At this point, if I'm not mistaken, Innocent's playing in the window, which does put a lot of pressure onto Spiro, alone inside of this A site. Innocent's just rotating back now. Guardian can't find the opening onto him, but this is so passive that you would almost expect the smokes, 2 remaining, to cover off at least a default plant. It's the problem, though. It's only 2 smokes. Typically, you need 3 to enter in this position. Spiro's going to get aggressive as well. This could be a shooting gallery for him. He lands the first shot, looks for the repeat. A little bit aggressive, tries to pre-fire it, anticipating someone to be there. There wasn't, and that allows Zeus in. That's the only opening Zeus will need. Seized will follow
5
it up, and
seconds.
this is going to be it. 5 seconds, though, but they're on it. Are they? They are. Okay, we snapped over, and it does that silly little animation as if it's just starting. But look at Mauzino coming back in. It's now 2 versus 2. This is far from done. It looked like it was going to be easy. Miju's picked up a kid as well. They both got one to work with. And it will be the standard post play. Guardian hits the first shot, had to do so on the first effort because he only has 18 HP. And now Mihu has to clutch this out, 1 versus 2. And Edwards rotated over. He's in position to support Guardian. This is it. This is done. It will be the first map. Navi, 16-11. It took them a bit to get there in the end. As you said, that economy wasn't quite stable. So they did lose 1 and have to pretty much settle for 2 going against them, but well done in the end.
Yeah, very decent start there from CSGO Lounge. Had a great lead, but you saw that Navi were just climbing back into it round by round by round. And after winning both pistols, they did get eco a couple of times, but ultimately it was clear once Navi got rolling in the gun rounds who was the better team in that sense. And they closed things out, 16-11 in the end. A decent scoreline for CSGO Lounge, pretty much as good as he's going to get, I think, against Navi on Overpass, considering the matchup we have right now. So I think they can keep their heads high. It's obviously their opening game of the tournament, so it's a good warm-up for Navi and it's a promising result for CSGO Lounge. I think that wraps it all up.
Let's go to a break and join the desk, see if they agree with Henry G.
(16-11) to Navi. The expected result for Dobry, a loss. We, the analyst desk, are going to go through what just transpired. How did it go on your end, Vendetta? What do you think happened?
Well, I think the score is actually nicer than what it really was. It wasn't that close of a game. We have to take into consideration the fact that, well, first off, CSGO Lounge won both pistols, even though they were only able to take advantage of it once, having lost the follow-up round on the T side, or on Navi's T side. And they also won the first buy round, so that was 5 very easy rounds. So they got off to a great start, definitely the start they wanted, but you could see that, right after that, as soon as Navi get money on their side, they just slowly choke out the Polish side, and that's pretty much it. I don't see it going any better going into Mirage either, sadly.
Mirage is surely a map here which we can expect a similar performance from Navi on. If not, maybe more dominant?
I think more dominant. I mean, it was a tough one for Navi in a lot of ways. Obviously, being 5-0 down in just big in things is not going to be optimal. Also, struggling with the economy made so that it was just really hard for them to defend, and they had to take a lot of risks, sort of, because when you are low in economy, obviously you have to kind of
make up for the fact that you don't have nades.
Have nades, right? So it was a bit of a struggling fight, but then again, like Vendetta was saying, when definitely you had that great start and you won both pistol rounds, you're supposed to win the map, and even when you're not able to utilize those chances, then you are definitely losing to the better team.
Let me also update the audience on the flip side Godsent game.